The iPhone 12 and 12 Pro is almost at its last legs before we see Apple unveil the iPhone 13 to September. So let's take a look back at the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro and see how it aged over time and how it's holding up. This new boxy squared off design is what really made the iPhone 12 series feel and look so brand new. I'm personally a fan of it even after almost a year. I'm also a fan of the matte finish sides on the 12 versus the stainless steel sides on the Pro line, mainly because it's less prone to fingerprints. Although I think the stainless steel actually feels better to hold and less slippery because of those stainless steel sides, but let me know in the comments which one you like better. The back though is the complete opposite. You get a matte finish on the Pro and glossy on the non-Pro model. Now, one thing I did notice on the 12 after a few months of using MagSafe accessories like cases or just any type of MagSafe accessory, there's a noticeable ring of residue or something that got left behind on the 12. You can clean it off if you really put the time and effort into it, but another solution is to use channel sponsor Dbrand to cover it up. So if you don't want to bother cleaning it off, you can just use any skins from their lineup and call it a day. They have a ton of skins for iPhones that fit perfectly and some limited edition skins too, like this Damascus skin from Call of Duty. So if you want to go ahead and pick up some skins from Dbrand, make sure to go check out dbrand.com/heymarkl or check the first link down below so you don't miss on exclusive drops. So next up is MagSafe. I'm definitely a fan of the charging puck. I have a Grove-made stand for my MagSafe puck, but other accessories like the first-party wallet kind of sucks. The magnets got weaker over time, and the leather just didn't look too hot after a few months of using it. There are other accessories like camera mounts from Moment, which are super useful if you like using your iPhone to film videos, but there's not really a huge market for MagSafe yet, and I'd love to see more third-party manufacturers really optimize MagSafe since I know this feature won't be going away anytime soon. Now, the display on the iPhone 12 with this new ceramic coating, in all honesty, kind of sucks. Yes, the phone might be shatterproof or more resistant to drops, but scratches are just out of this world. It hasn't even been an entire year yet, and there's already so many micro scratches all around the display. So if you have an iPhone 12 or 12 Pro, or you're eventually going to pick one up, I'd highly recommend getting a glass screen protector for the scratches alone. And I'll leave some of my recommendations down below for you to pick up. Now, it's not all negative though. The Super Retina XDR on iPhone 12 and 12 Pro is just beautiful. OLED with its deep blacks and color accurate colors is exactly why I love using the iPhone. I've used a ton of Android phones over the last couple of years, from OnePlus to Samsung to Huawei or Xiaomi, and even though the iPhone still uses a 60Hz panel, I'm actually okay with it. Normal, everyday consumers won't really be able to tell the difference between a high refresh rate to 60Hz on an iPhone, although rumors are saying that the iPhone 13 Pro might ship with ProMotion 120Hz like the iPad Pros, but we'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. So in my actual review for the iPhone 12, I mentioned that the sensors between the Pro and the non-Pro are pretty much identical. The Pro Max had way better sensors because it's a massive phone, so it made sense to have slightly better cameras, but between the 12 and 12 Pro, you're pretty much getting identical cameras. You just won't have the 2x telephoto lens on the non-Pro model, which is my favorite focal length on the iPhone, so shots that I've posted on Twitter recently, like this or this, were shot on an iPhone. If it's not, then it's shot with some sort of Android phone that I'm reviewing, or my Fuji X100V, which is still my go-to camera if I want better quality photos than my iPhone. As long as you edit your photos to your style or liking, you're not really going to be disappointed, and the same can go for other Android phones that I've tested recently too. So basically, to wrap things up, I don't want to make this video too long. You know, after 10 months or so using the iPhone 12 or 12 Pro, I gotta admit it, it's still very much an iPhone. Once every new iPhone is released, I pick one up, I use it, I get super excited about it because of all the new camera features, because the keynote will for sure hype me up. Then a few months later, once I've had the phone and used it day in and day out, it's the same old boring iPhone I've been using. It's just faster with better cameras and maybe better battery life. But once that honeymoon phase is over, it pretty much repeats itself, and that excitement is gone because there's a new OnePlus or a new Pixel or some sort of new foldable that's coming out months later. And then once September comes around again, it's just an entire cycle over and over again.